Brian Gilder. It's been a while. HD, check that out. I'm back at school, and I've switched majors, so now all of my classes are basically freshman classes, which is awesome. And my 21st birthday was on the first day of one of my classes. I stood up and I announced that it was my 21st birthday. Shortly after my announcement, a kid who lives in my dorm was sitting next to me, and he said, well, since you're not a freshman, do you have any advice that I would be able to use? Well, yes, of course I have advice for you. And so I wrote down some things, and I would like to share that advice with you. Keeping in mind this was the first week of school, and now it's a good month and a half in. Whatever. Also, I have to admit that not all of these are mine. I borrowed from several different places, but most of them are mine. So here it is for your entertainment. BG's golden advice. Take naps. Since Wednesday is halfway through the week, Wednesday night is the beginning of the end of the week. Celebrate accordingly. I know it sounds lame, and I didn't do it my freshman year, but really, truly I mean it. Do your homework the day it's assigned. The earlier in the day, the better. That leaves your late nights open for cart or smash.
Cart?
Cart? Mahi-mahi sliders are a rare treat. Take all of them. We have visiting hours in the dorms called parietals, and the common tendency is to want to break parietals. Do not break parietals. Like, really, don't break parietals. If the fire alarm goes off, you're screwed, and not in the way you had planned. Don't break parietals. If you do break parietals, make sure your roommate is happy with you. Also, make sure she pees before midnight. You probably won't be friends with most of the people you meet freshman year. For this reason, you should try and meet as many different people as you can. That way, later on, you have a wide selection from which to choose your favorites. Also, meet as many girls from as many different dorms as possible. It is crazy hard to meet women outside of freshman year. Different dorms are important. If you date a girl and then have a bad breakup, you've just lost the rest of her group of friends forever. Take naps. If you want to play sports, dorm teams are way more fun than club teams. That being said, they're a total joke, so if you want to take your sport seriously, you should join club. Ring by spring, run. Go to class, even if you already know it. Just because you've heard it before doesn't mean you're an expert. Douchebag. Once you go to class, don't Facebook. Nothing has changed on your feed since you checked it 8 seconds ago. Also, don't sporkle. Trying to think of as many 4-letter movie titles as possible really isn't that interesting. You're here to learn, not to broadcast your boredom to everyone sitting behind you. As a general rule, don't stay up all night. Now, there will be times when you're with your friends, enjoying each other's company and encouraging each other's debauchery, and that's when memories are made, and that's fine. But don't stay up just for the sake of the internet. Nobody looks back on the time he was on Tumblr until 4:18 in the morning. Sleep is your friend. I do not condone or encourage underage drinking. I personally think that it's banal and leads to mediocre hookups. That being said, alcohol could hypothetically help you lubricate the party machine. If you plan on drinking your freshman year or ever, please keep in mind that alcohol should be an accent, not the main event. Q-dogs aren't that special. Embarrassment is stupid, and you should almost never be constrained by it. Don't be afraid to make an ass of yourself. Big note here. Embarrassment is not the same thing as your inhibitions. If it feels life-threatening, it probably is. Cool it, champ. St. Mary's girls go batshit crazy every spring for want of male attention. Beware. That being said, smick chicks can often be quite lovely. All-girls school. Visit often. I know it's a long walk, but it's nice being the only rooster at a hen party. Get it? Rooster? Cock. It's a penis joke. Jorts are retarded. Read your textbooks. Boring? Absolutely, but do it. If you can read ahead, read ahead. In the end, you will reap many fields of perfect wheat. Whatever that means. Take naps. The stands in the football stadium are properly named. You stand on them the entire time. The only time you're allowed to sit down is during halftime. Or if you're dying or giving birth or don't have legs or something. Don't be friends with people who complain about the cold. These people are poison. They're annoying, and they make you feel colder. On the other hand, you will have people who wear flip-flops and shorts all year long. These people are idiots. Never, ever, ever prank your own roommate. Other people's roommates are fair game, but yours is the only other person with a key allowing unlimited access to your things while you're gone. Retribution will be swift, and it will be unpleasant. Wash your sheets. Once a semester doesn't cut it. Once a month is good. Once a week is better. But you'll probably want to do it once a day, because I'm guessing you're a disgusting freak. No matter how much you love your dorm, or your classes, or your major, or whatever, seeing the same dozen or so people day in and day out can get really monotonous. Join clubs. This way you can meet people who actually enjoy the same things that you do, rather than just the unfortunate sods who live next door. Now don't go joining like 7,000 different clubs. You'll spread yourself too thin. One or two that you actually like is probably a good idea. I feel obligated to remind you how hard it is to meet women outside of freshman year. This is your chance. And since I'm assuming you don't have any game at all, it is huge that they already like the things you like. I also feel obligated to remind you that you shouldn't have a whole lot of free time because you should be taking naps. When you're in your room, leave your door open. It allows for positive interaction with your neighbors. Folks will drop in and chill out rather than you sitting in the dark all night. Plus, an open door discourages you from watching porn, you sicko. That's really wordy. That's very... Every time. I'm a dork.